Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining us today, especially our shareholders, Ms. Atira, and representing the CIMB Bank, Ms. Patin. I am delighted to welcome you here to our meeting at Google since we had to work from home because of COVID-19. It is a great honor at the same time, a great responsibility to lead Airasia in my role as CEO.
Hi, good morning. I am Muhammad Afiq, the Financial Manager 1 of the Airasia company.
Hello, good morning to everyone. I am Tutunisa Irvina as Financial Manager 2.
Hi to all the top management of Airasia Group Berhad. My name is Fatin Nurina Suha and I am the representative of CIMB Bank for this company. Thank you for inviting to join this meeting today.
Hi, I am Siti Atira. As a shareholder of Airasia Group, I am very glad to be here because I want to know the latest updates on Airasia performance.
So the objective of our meeting is to show our capability to pay back the loan that we applied for. The draft of the minutes has been distributed for your review. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as presented. Can we start our discussion? Mr. Afiq?
Okay, thank you, CEO. I will start our discussion with the Airasia income statement. I will explain the operating loss or profit first. As you can see from my slide, in 2020, our company lost 5 billion ringgit compared to 2019. The profit that we will get is 7 million. The statement also showed that net operating loss or profit in 2020, we lost 6 billion ringgit, while in 2019, we get an income of 68 million ringgit. Next is the tax show net of loss or profit for the financial year. We lost 5 billion ringgit in 2020 and we also lost in 2019 with the value of 2 million ringgit.
Sorry for interrupting, but I want to know why there can be a huge losers in 2020. Can anyone explain to me?
Ms. Atira, due to COVID-19 outbreak from spreading, the directive was issued by the government to close all tourism sectors from within and outside the country during the first lockdown in Malaysia effective on 18 March 2020.
May I know about the statement of financial position?
As you wish, Ms. Fatin, in 2020, our non-current assets are 17 billion ringgit and in 2019, 20 billion ringgit, while current assets are 2 billion ringgit in 2020 and 5 billion ringgit in 2019. In 2020, 8 billion ringgit and 7 billion ringgit for 2019 is the current liabilities. The net current liabilities are 5 billion ringgit in 2020 and 1 billion ringgit in 2019. Non-current asset liabilities obtained are 14 million ringgit in 2020, decreased compared to the previous year, which is 15 million ringgit in 2019. So, based on the information, the total equity is lost 3 billion ringgit in 2020 and 2 million ringgit in 2019.
Okay, so based on that statement of financial position, what is the total shareholder fund?
To explain Ms. Atira's question, the total shareholders deficit in 2020 is 1 billion ringgit and the shareholders fund in 2019 is 4 billion ringgit.
Honestly, I'm a little bit upset over what happened when the total shareholder became negative in large amounts.
I'm sorry, Ms. Atira, to hear that. Let my financial manager finish her presentation.
Sorry for interrupting. What about the other statement?
Ms. Nisa, can you answer the questions?
Yes, I will explain about the statement change in equity from the financial year and 2020 and 2019. In 2090, the number of shares is 3 billion ringgit and other calculation bring the total amount of equity to 8 billion ringgit. The last one, I will explain about the statement of cash flow. Before I start, any question?
No.
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 In order not to waste any more time, financial statement of cash flow in 2020, net cash generated from operating activities is lost 2 billion ringgit and 2019 is 2.5 billion ringgit.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for your explanation.
Based on my observations on your financial manager presentation, all the statements of AAsia are very worrying to me as a shareholder in this company.
Please don't worry, Miss Atira. By the way, thank you for the presentation, Miss Nisa. Miss Patin, I heard you have a question. In response to your question, I will link you to our financial manager who will explain these financial ratios in further detail. Mr. Afiq, you may proceed.
Thank you, CEO. First of all, before I go any further, may I ask permission to present the slide? So, this is the financial analysis ratio of the company for the years 2019 and 2020. Firstly, I am starting with the liquidity ratio. As you can see in the table, the current ratio of the company for 2020 is 0.3 times. That is lower than 2019, which is 0.74 times. This means in 2019, the company can exactly pay all of its current liabilities with its exciting asset. However, in 2020, the company is having the problem with paying its current liability. Next, the quick ratio shows that in 2019, companies can exactly pay the short-term liability, which is 0.721 without having to rely on liquid current asset. But in 2020, the quick ratio is lower than 2019, which means the company is struggling to meet the obligation to pay all of its short-term liability. Net in working in net capital, both 2019 and 2020 showed a negative result. For 2019, the result is 1 billion ringgit and in 2020 is 5 billion ringgit. This means the amount of fixed asset are most likely to be financed with current liability. And for more detail about activity management ratio, I will pass to the financial manager to Miss Nisa.
Thank you, Mr. Afiq. So let's move on to the company activity ratio. As you can see in the table, the inventory turnover seems that 2019 is doing better than 2020, which is 81.20 times and 22.14 times. This means in 2020, it's showing an excess and inventory that can lead the company to lose its sales. Next is average collection period. As you can see, in 2019, the company will manage to collect the payment faster than 2020, which is 34.30 days and 103.90 days. This means in 2019, the cash available in the company meets the cash requirement. As for the fixed assets turnover ratio, we can see that in 2019, the company fixed assets turnover has a better performance compared to 2020, which is 10.92 times and 2.61 times. It is indicated that in 2019, the company will have more revenue that can be generated per ringgit of investment in fixed assets. Last but not least, as for total asset turnovers, it seems like in 2019, the company is doing better than in 2020, which is 2.24 times and 1.22 times in 2020. This means in 2019, the company is exactly effective in using all of its assets. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the explanation, Mr. Afiq and Ms. Nisa. Regarding our financial ratio, let's continue our presentation session in this meeting about leverage ratio. Can you continue, Mr. Afiq?
Sure, Mr. Azhan. So can you guys see my slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the leverage ratio of a Asia company for these past 2 years. As you can see, the first one is debt ratio. In 2019, debt ratio is 3.59%, while in 2020 is 2.32%. The rate decreased by 1.27%. It is because we need to pay our workers' wages, aircraft maintenance, and other bills every month, although no flight took place. Next is debt to equity ratio on 2019. The ratio is higher than number in 2020. This shows that 2019 has a relief on long-term debt rather than 2020 because of the higher ratio. Lastly, the leverage ratio is time interest earned on 2019. The ratio in 2019 is 1.91 times lower than 2020, that is 40.99 times, which means 2020 is a better year for our company. This shows that in 2020, the company has a higher capability and lower risk of default because the ratio is higher than 2019. For profitability ratio, I will pass to Miss Nisa.
Thank you, Mr. Afiq. So next, I will explain about our profitability of the Airasia company for the past 2 years. As you can see, the first one is gross profit margin. Airasia company is a service company category, which all of the service company does not have any control cost of goods because of our company do not have to buy any raw material. Hence, the gross profit margin for Airasia company is not available. Next, I will move to operating profit margin. Both of the years show negative result, but a bigger number in 2020. This shows that in 2019, the company has a better operating profit margin, which is 6.1% rather than 2020, which is negative 173.2%. This has shown a big number of negative results. The third one is net profit margin. The net profit margin also show negative result for the past 2 years. This shows that in 2019, shareholders generate only lost 2.4% and for 2020 is lost 188.1%. This shows that in these 2 years, the shareholders did not gain too much in return due to the pandemic. The fourth one is return on total the return on total asset shows negative result for the past 2 years. In 2019, our firm's ROA is negative 1.1% and for 2020, it will be as much as 29.94%. This shows that the year of 2019 is much better than 2020 because the ratio is higher in 2020. Lastly, is the return on common equity. The return on common equity also shows the negative result for the past 2 years. The return on common equity for 2019 is lost 9.7% and in 2020, which is surprisingly not available for that year. This shows that the company is very struggling to maintain the return on common equity. The company only managed to generate lost 0.0973 ringgit in 2019 for 1 ringgit of equity that was provided by the shareholders but failed to generate any equity for 2020. I know that our profitability is not really good, but you can assure that you can make it better in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
I'm a little bit shocked and quite disappointed to see the profitability ratio of this company. In fact, this indicates that the return is quite poor, which has harmed the growth prospect. When things like this happen, I'm not sure how I am going to make a profit from this company.
Calm down, Tira. We can get through this together, right, my staff member?
Yes.
Yes. From the explanation above, I see that our company has more liabilities and will have a huge loss due to pandemic impact in 2020. But I think we are still able to pay back the debt and take the loan to grow our business.
Sorry for interrupting. Can you tell me why we should lend your company the money knowing that your company profit is losing?
As Mr. Afiq said just now, we are still able to pay back if we get a loan. And as you guys can see the presentation from uh, bank and financial manager, I actually have a future plan with my shareholder regarding our profit. I'm going to do a collaboration with Miss Atira. Remember Miss Atira?
I do, yes. Instead of me withdrawing from one of the shareholders in AirAsia, my CEO and I had planned to create an app called AirAsia Super Apps.
Oh, okay. Then please explain your super apps in more detail.
So meet the Asian Super App, all in one travel platform where everyone can plan their next holiday, get discount on popular brands, enjoy first dibs on the best Air Asia promotion, and so much more.
I want to continue more about the Asian Super App, which every items at your fingertips. The Asia mobile app make it easy for you to book flights, hotel and health package, shop for food, groceries, everyday beauty products, and duty-free items. Manage your flight bookings and pre-book baggage, meals, seats, and travel insurance for all your trips.
All right, thank you for your explanation. And as you all know, I am the representative of CIMB Bank. Based on the performance of your company, which Airasia had for the years 2019 and 2020, the profitability ratio has decreased by 33.05% because of the pandemic of COVID-19. But somehow, I see that your company has been focused on turning this crisis into an opportunity. So in that case, then I will be looking forward to your plan.
Always glad to hear that. Thank you for considering Miss Fatin. I think that concludes our meeting today. Should we close our meeting?
Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
So, thank you for your participation and cooperation in this meeting, especially during working time from home. I hope we will meet again in the next meeting.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.